Absolutely. And it looks like we're off. Let's see who we get as our character and starting item.
Ooh,
Rydia.
spicy. With a pink tail. What a start.
Well, let's hope for an early hook. Get that adamant armor out of there.
Oh,
Or else.
absolutely. So for a V2 like seed like this, what do you feel is going to be a solid opening play? Looking at these flags being T3 and S2 is as usual it seems to be, but no sirens. How would you go about playing that?
It really depends on what is in the opening chests, and we're seeing a Sid and a Zeus Rage at the Baron Inn. Everybody's going to Baron. I'd want to go to Eblin Castle as soon as I can, but you might not be prepared yet. You'll want some of them J items, them damage items, those hourglasses, and honestly, a good chunk of HP too.
Oh, absolutely, and those axes and that Sid pretty early makes a lot of those chests pretty viable. So if these runners can get a hold of that Sid with either the poison or the ogre axe, they'll have a breeze through those Eblon chests. Looks like Chokashura is going to go check that free item.
Yep, he's also checking the stores as well. We've got Dobby also checking on things in Kaipo. And Mechalink headed up to Damsian to loot the place.
All really solid strategies. Basically looking for item density versus like key items and stuff. Try and knock out a big span of stuff in one small sitting versus stretching out a whole bunch of individual checks here and there.
Yep, makes sense to me. We're seeing that cursed ring over in the Damsian chests. That'll come into play in a while. Since stuff in the giant, that's pretty fast. You want a good anchor.
Get a drain spear from Eddie. Maybe that's why he's laid up in bed.
Might be. We're also seeing a couple Demus checks for Mechalink, but, well, this is a freaky item. And he gets the message and heads to Toroya. Looks to be nice stuff in the Troya Treasury. We're getting Ice Claw, Charm Claw, we're getting a bandana. Just basically stuff for Yang to punch harder.
Oh, absolutely. Damsian seemed kind of mediocre. There was a curse ring in there. That's about the biggest thing that I saw.
Well, even if it's not good for the characters they have, it might end up being a nice source of money so they can buy those star veils or those hourglasses. Okay, looks like we have Chokasura about to head down the Antlion Cave and give us our first boss check.
Yeah, definitely getting that equipment prepared beforehand, getting a quick save, and be ready to go take on the boss after we open a chest, maybe for some more gear.
Dobby's still shopping. Seems to be checking all the weapons and armor shops. Think he's hoping to find something good for Rydia?
Possibly. I mean, it's not a very damage-heavy party right now. Yang is not the biggest puncher in the world when he first starts out. Maybe he's looking for some sort of boosting gear, whether strength or magic.
Makes sense to me. And he seems to be headed to the Mount Hobbs, try and get some more damage and get another character.
All right, and on Hobbs we have an Edward, guarded by a Dark Knight Cecil, and no free bosses is going to make this fight pretty rough.
Yeah, without a good damage option. Yep, and he takes the reset. Meanwhile, Chokasura's handling Rubicant in the Antlion spot. And he's in trouble too.
Yeah, that glare can be pretty potent. Even though Antlion is not the strongest physical attacking spot, glare is still quite powerful.
And we're seeing another reset. Now it's Mecha Link's turn to take on the Dark Knight. And seems to be having the same issue.
Yeah, it's a super unfortunate spot this early on with the party that we have, and having Eddie up there as well, who isn't adding any damage to our numbers.
Yeah, but with the Antlion and the Hobbs bosses out of the way, where do you go to get stronger?
Ruby should be pretty solid here with Yang powering with that Ice Claw, and the Zeus Raid should be right through. It just probably got some unfortunate luck on Chogashura's side on that first round. But getting through Ruby, we'll see what the key item down here is. It seems like everybody's in Antlion Cave, so we'll see what everybody's about to get. A Legend Sword.
Well, you might be used to that being a good thing from the league, but since there's no Cecil in this seed, it's pretty much a whammy.
Yeah. And especially it being a V2 giant, it kind of negates the whole usefulness of it.
Absolutely. Oh, we're seeing Chokasura go up the other side of Mount Hobbs. We don't have that flag on, though, today, so that's just going to be a fire spell.
Looks like a Dobby is on their way to Fabul to get that full health refill before taking on the next boss fight and possibly check out that item shop.
Makes sense to me. If you're hurting from the last battle, oh, exits, those will be nice. And Mecha now getting his Legend Sword, he's through Rubicante.
Alright, looks like we're about to find out who we're going to be fighting at Fabul, and it looks like Baigan. So not too bad of a fight.
This is one of the best spots for Baigan, in my opinion. It's slow, it doesn't hit too hard. Well, we're not hitting too hard either, but...
Yeah, definitely. Shouldn't be too difficult to get through, though.
Yep, he's got a nice stack of cure potions and life potions. He should be fine.
Rydia going down's a little unfortunate, though. That back row is pretty good. It'll be beneficial. But Vampire, still pretty strong at taking out Dobby. Big oof there. Dang. It's like,
Yeah, that's probably the greatest threat.
Looks like Chokashir is making some pretty good work, but unfortunately has Rydia go down as well.
And he resets. Looks like we're all...
I like Dobby's
side mecha link.
Dobby's going to go check for that flame dog chest and having Yang with an ice claw. Some very spicy damage.
Oh, absolutely. It's about on the same as the other bosses, but oh, there it is. It just hits hard if you give it too long of a chance.
Yeah, exactly. And that hourglass will stop it. Make sure you get your party full, and a nice punch and maybe an ice one from Rydia be right through.
Yep, it'll also help out with getting some levels, getting some HP, getting some survival,
and a possible key item as well. No ice claw is unfortunate. Yeah, definitely. But ice one gonna take a nice, quick, easy work out of this boss.
And down goes the flame dog. Let's see what we get out of that. Black robe, good for defense, but probably not what they were looking for.
Any experience is pretty good. It's like Kirito was just standing right letting Dark Knight Cecil hit him. I guess maybe they forgot that no free bosses is on.
Maybe. And looks like Dobby's going to be checking Mist Village now. He has been on a tear with the shopping.
Gotta find some decent gear, and they're just not finding really anything for anybody.
Yep, and now we're seeing... Oh, those are nice.
Very good pickup. That will definitely help Yang's damage output significantly. It will, it should make Baigan pretty doable now, to be honest.
Hopefully. Oh, Silver Fire. Hobbs flag wasn't on, it's just Fire 1. Looks like Mecha going through the same strategy, basically, that the others who ran into Baigan did. Just throwing that J item first, and
it's like making some pretty good progress until that vampire. But that vampire was relatively low, so seen some good progress on Mecha's side.
Yeah. And Yang goes down. That's...
I think that was maybe Porum in Kaipo. Couldn't tell if it was Porum or Palom.
Well, there's no Palom on this seed, so it would have to be Porum.
Okay, then yeah, I completely missed the no Palom flag. Then yeah, Porum. Porum is in Kaipo. That's pretty nice to know. Nice, good white mage if we run across the Sand Ruby.
Looks like Kirito has plan to deal with Baigan. He's got some illusions he's throwing up.
Dobby's going to take another stab at the fight here.
Also, Edward. Everybody filing into Bab-il now, trying their skills against this Baigan.
Oh, kind of at this point, there's really not too much you can try and kill. I mean, you could maybe go try Baron in, but that Yang spot can be pretty rough depending on who's there, especially with no free bosses on.
Yeah, that's kind of a step up from your starting locations. Might be
why not?
Oh, there goes Baigan on Dobby 2-step side.
I think the big issue with the trap chests is trying to get an hourglass off before you get killed, especially with the HP levels that they're at. But Dobby getting through, we might see if it's going to be beneficial to get through here or not. Just a poison axe. Ooh, a cat claw at the top though. That is good. Pair that up with the poison claw. You're pretty set up with Yang for right now.
Yeah, about the only thing they need for him is one of them strength boosting armors. He's got a bandana, he's got his good claws. Oh, also a bunch of levels, but that'll come.
Absolutely. But you can also strategically use that cat claw paired up with an elemental claw to get an extra boost on your elemental attack on certain bosses, which could be beneficial, especially with this current party setup.
Yep. Also might be helpful for if and when they go down to the Eblin, because a lot of the monsters in there are weak to either the Elemental Claw or Charm Claw.
Indeed. Looks like Mecha Link is going to take a stab at getting Eddie here. We'll see if they end up pumping through or not. This is a pretty rude fight here, to be honest. Eddie getting a hide off is pretty good though. He can pop out, toss a cure too if needed.
Well, he's also got life potions, and we'll probably be seeing a bunch of them as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Shokasura headed up Ordeals.
Ooh. It's just unfortunate. DKC is just so fast, especially in this spot, and you don't have a lot of HP to survive these chunks of 60 coming off. And unfortunately, Bear will not help your cause here.
Nope. It's just straight damage. It ignores all your defenses.
Ooh. Shogashira popping that siren that they found in his chest at the top for 2 Liliths. I imagine this is going to be extremely beneficial for Yang getting some more damage. Very good heads-up play on Choco's side. And Dobby's going to take a stab at the Baron in. I'm liking Dobby's play here, especially with knowing these axes, and that will help knock out these Eblon chests a lot faster.
Yes. Getting that Sid is definitely gonna help survivability as well. He's pretty meaty for an early character. But it all depends on what boss we see here next. Is through Yang? Oh, looks like Mylon. That shouldn't be too hard.
Should be perfect for the spot. Really low magics, really low magic, really low, well, decently low physical attack.
And we're seeing Dr. Luge and Balnab in the first spot on Ordeals. That's also a pretty easy fight for that location.
Definitely. Like Mechalink made it out of there with Eddie. That's pretty solid. Getting an extra character is extremely advantageous. But Dobby seems to be in good standing here in this fight. So I think maybe we'll see that Edelon play coming up really, really soon.
I would not be surprised. Oh, it looks like we're getting Belknap Z over on Chokoshiras. And Kirito headed to Agart to shop. I forget if we've seen anybody go in here yet.
I don't think anybody has, at least not on stream anyways. Mecha's making the dive into Eblon, which is pretty solid play. And you can get that experience. If you can get that experience, why not? And I know I've seen some coffins and hourglasses. That's some free experience right there.
Yep, it'll just be a matter of whether he can survive the first... Oh, that's not a good starter. Yeah, you really don't want to see that Staleman's skull out first.
Looks like Dobby's gonna have absolutely no issues with Mylon here. Yang's just... Oh, he takes a punch to the face, but the lits are doing 1 damage, so that's good.
And another... Well, that would usually be a free fight, but no free bosses is on. So the second fight up on Ordeals might have a little bit of bite to it, though not much, since the soldiers can be taken out pretty easily.
Like Dobby punches through the Baronin and has received a gold apple. The most important part, he's received Sid, who can use those axes, which is going to be very handy in the fight that Mechalink is actually in. He'll be able to get through this fight really fast.
Yeah, looks like Mecha has hit a chest that didn't immediately kill him, so he's pretty much good to go.
Catclaw was in the king's bedroom in Fabul.
Magma Key on Ordeals. That's a pretty place to get it, but Antlion shouldn't be any trouble. We might start seeing some underground checks, although he did use his siren, so he can't do that.
But Magma Key here is pretty solid. Dobby's going to be able to catch up to Choco pretty quick here. Having, well, let's see, Odin and Sid as well. Gonna make it pretty. Well, actually, I don't think Odin's gonna help because there's no free bosses. That's right.
It might help for those trap chests, but it looks like he's heading up Ordeals.
Yeah. And just like that, Sid is pretty heavily equipped.
Yep, with Sid and with... Doesn't seem to... Don't think he'll have too much problem with Ordeals. Mecha back at those skulls and Stalemen. Now that he's got some levels, he can take some punches. He should be through here. And Kirito is as well through the Baronin. He's got his Sid.
Looks like Mecha's going to be pretty set on this trap chest. Got that hourglass off with both Edward and Yang alive. Going to be able to get healed up here.
Yep. And I'm seeing a grimoire in his inventory. That stands a chance of clearing this chest pretty quickly. Oh, he's going to Odin. That'll do it too.
Yep, Odin will definitely do it, unless it misses. Aha! Second charm. Second. My brain's still not working from last night. Second try is a charm. Yeah, that one. I happened to miss what the item was.
Looked like a sword of some sort. Wasn't a key item. Oh, tower key.
Tower key's pretty.
That's pretty.
Knowing
That's a pretty nice. And we're seeing Chokasura head underground. He's going straight down to the Silph cave, so I'm guessing he's gonna get the free check from Sheila 1.
Yeah, go do the free check and get Fabul done as well, because I don't believe Choco finished Fabul. So definitely some good routing here.
Yes, indeed. Dobby's got his magma key. And Odin takes care of that final trap chest. Let's see what we get out of that. Oh, looks like progress is definitely going to be through ordeals.
Kirito making some pretty good progress on that Bluegay fight. Gonna get through it really quick with that Sid.
Absolutely. Chokasura taking us down into the Land of Summons. He's gonna check out that free chest and probably the bosses as well.
Alright. Let's see what this is. Not the right darkness.
Well, that's Giants for... Yep, he immediately sells that. Don't want none of that.
Maga Sisters and either Baron Guards or
Well, it would have to be Baron Guards.
Yeah,
because we saw the officer and soldiers up on Mount Ordeals.
absolutely.
Although I don't think Choco's seen that yet.
Yeah,
No, wait, he has to. He has the magma.
Yeah, that's right. Like Dobby's gonna make their way down, see if they end up doing the same route that Choco did, going directly for Silph. Foreign language translator.
Yep. We've been seeing a job dwarf. A lot of more ordinary jobs recently. Mecha now going back to Fabul. He should be able to handle that now.
Yeah. Dobby seeing those Bacchus wines and then just starts selling. blame him. Really good to have with Yang and Sid.
Buying 20 of them. He wants to get them berserks, especially since some of these bosses have been...
It's like Mechalink got through Baigan no problem with the use of that grimoire, getting the fancy Bahamut summon.
Choka now doing the twofer. Yeah, he's got a couple of Bacchus, so he's gonna berserk up. And vampires, turning Baigan's own move against him. That's a pretty nice play. Nice strategy there too, keeping that back arm out of play so it can't vampire, and that takes a lot of the threat out of the fight.
Indeed. Mechalink is heading up Zot. I'm gonna go check that trap chest and be disappointed with what the reward is.
Kirito also going up Zot. Though he has the magma key, he's just clearing out the overworld first, it seems. Sura about to get his nice weaponry. Now, up. Let's see what Sheila has for us today.
Ooh. Hey, look. I can forge the Excalibur.
And nobody to throw it.
Absolutely. I can sell it, buy some more Bacchus wines.
Yeah, that's probably all the use we're getting out of it on this flag set. So, with everything that's on the table now, where are you looking for the next bit of progress?
Personally, I would probably go Tower, knowing we have Tower Key, and they are the easier chests to pump through than trying to, go through those 6 ghost chests that are chilling in Silph Cave. I think Tower is probably the best play here right now.
I agree. I don't know whether you go just for the chests and tower key, or whether you want to take a shot at that boss up there. It's pretty beefy, but it's not very strong.
I think, especially knowing Bacchus wines are available. We have Yang with a cat claw and poison claw. I'd say I work top down from the top of that tower and see what's up there, because that's 6 items. So and top down seems to be the most logical, so you don't have to. So you can just run your way up and then just kind of work your way down as you go.
Sounds alright to me. And with hammers can knock out those alerts pretty quickly as well.
Indeed. I like that Mechalink is the only one that has Eddie. I think everybody just kind of forgot about Eddie and left him up on Hobbs.
Well, he can definitely come in handy in a lot of situations, even if just as another body in your team.
Indeed. Just another, even if it's just another target.
Got Choco and Mecha now getting their SIDs. That's everybody with a SID.
Looks like Mecha's still got to do ordeals to go get that magma key. But Dobby's got a tower key, and I believe Dobby's at the decision point where Dobby's gonna have to decide: hey, do I go up the tower? Do I go Silph? Or do I go try and take on the bosses in Feymark?
Well, with those bosses, I would definitely hold off on that for a little bit. Silph is absolutely an option as well.
Alright, Mecha making that climb now. Gonna be getting their magma key really soon.
Yep, looks like everybody's scouring every bit of the overworld before they dip their toes into actually fighting the downstairs crew.
I mean, if you have mute bells, the ghost really won't be a problem. At least I don't think so, anyways. I don't know if we ran across any of those, though.
I haven't seen them, but I really haven't been looking. Oh, you'd also have to go before them as well, so good thing we have that curse ring. And it looks like we're getting our first underground check. Dobby seems to be headed into the Dwarf Castle.
Ooh. It's not a bad play. It's another character. They're only rocking the 3 right now. It's pretty good heads up play.
And Cure 3's in the Dwarf shop as well. That's going to be very valuable, especially since it looks like Porum is sleeping. But might be on the other side of the bosses. Little fun with the warp spell over on Kirito's end, using it to grab that chest without going around the secret passage. And Asura here. That could be a little troublesome. Well, he's got Star Veils, so probably won't have to deal with it. But this spot still does hit pretty hard.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just gotta keep the health up on those counters, but fortunately, I know they've got some pretty solid gear, and they've got Gear 3s, so I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. Mecha finally getting their magma key.
And Kirito looks to be headed up the tower. That'll be nice. We got 6 checks there.
Kirito runs across the first trap chest in the tower. Should be able to get through this no problem with it being stopped. See what the reward is.
Absolutely. And it's down. Let's see what we get out of it. He has found a sorcerer robe. Pretty good defense for Rydia. Not what he was looking for. Tete. No, there's no Forge the Crystal in this flag set. This is a V2, which is giant percent, which means the final boss is the boss at the end of the Giant of Babel. So we need the Darkness Crystal to wake up the giant and then go in and clear out whatever's there.
Dabi getting a very unfortunate roll on that Shura counterattack. 2 HP over 2 HP over the current HP of Sid, knocking him out. Gonna slow down the fight a little bit. Got a re-berserk, but yeah.
Seems to have recovered well enough. He's refreshing that Star Veil on Asura.
Like Mecha Link's making that tower play as well.
As is Chokasura.
I'm gonna assume that Yang has a Thunder Claw on Chokashura's side because that was almost 2k damage to that Beamer, I think it's called. Kirito getting the twin.
Yes, I believe he's got a full set of elemental claws and just switch to Thunder and Asura down for Dabi. Looks like we're seeing Dark Elf as the second boss. That's fine. And another Rydia. Well, if she lives, that'll be a nice experience boost. Now Choco getting his Twin Harp. As well as Mecha. All still marching up that tower, though. And oh, thought for a second he had that second form of it stopped since he was throwing cure potions around, but
yeah, Oh, RPG Limit Break. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome, everybody. You're just coming into a pretty split route right now. We got either a tower or a Silph cave dive that's gonna, or possible twin harp that could reveal our darkness crystal.
Mecha Link headed down into the Land of Summons. He's looking for the trap chest down here. Did he leave a save up in the tower, or?
And it looks like it was just a black belt reward from Dwarf Castle.
Well, now Yang is pretty much fully kitted out. Seeing quote non-free fight of King and Queen Eblin in the cannon room there in the tower.
And Ogo Pogo being at the top of the tower is very unfortunate. That is a not fun fight. Although with the Thunder Claw paired with the Cat Claw, I see Yang making pretty quick work of that fight if you prepare for it right. Chokashur making quick work of King Queen Eblon. Still haven't seen the reward from leaving the tower after that. I'm sure we will pretty soon. But it looks like Kirito is going to take on Ogo Pogo. I like this play.
Yeah, especially since he's picked up an Asura summon to heal up, and Rydia gets punched.
Spoke a little too soon.
Chokosura not even bothering with that fight, headed right back down the tower.
I mean, that's one fight that you almost don't want to leave, because if that's where it is, I mean, you got to make that climb all the way back up again. But again, by that time, you'll probably be leveled up completely to where you won't even have to worry about it.
Hopefully. Because if it's up there, they're going to be headed down a lot of rabbit holes before they get back. Up. And we've got the pan from Tower Key.
Nice. Now it's even more split. I'm curious as to what's at the top of the tower now.
Me too. And it looks like Chokosura is just going straight to the pan, not bothering with any of these chests just yet.
I mean, that is two possible key items.
Yes, an additional 7 in the cave itself.
Yeah, that as well.
First one appears to be Silence Staff.
Ooh, Mecha Link finding the warrior chest. I don't think anybody's fought this chest yet.
No, this is a new check. And Odin goes to town. And for a reward, a Porum.
That's not bad. It's actually quite good. Yeah, that'll get Porum high enough. You get float, Makes Silph a lot easier, so you don't have to rely so much on cure potions.
And he appears to be leaving, so he's not going to stick around and take on the bosses. He's probably going to go pick up his white mage. Now seeing Chokasura about to give us info on what else Sheila's been holding. And it's Leviathan.
Ooh. Even more use for Rydia. Hoping Dobby's gonna be able to take out this Ogopogo to see what the item everybody's leaving up here is.
Hopefully. He's got a nice amount of HP to take those hits.
And he's got all those Cure 3 potions as well. Ooh, we're getting music on Choco's side.
Ah, that's been open for a while as well. Looks like we're finally getting to hear our tunes. And yep, there's Mecha picking up his Porum. Ah. Rolling that life 1 on Asura.
I think Dobby's gonna be able to make it through this one. Especially with the numbers Yang's putting up. Life 1 again.
Looks. And with that explosion, looks like we're gonna go silent for a little and listen to what Edward's gonna play for us today. Looks like we've got music on Mecha Link. Ooh, Guile's theme. Nice Street Fighter going on there.
Looks like Dobby took down Ogo. Got that sweet Luca key. So take a peek down there really quick.
Well, it's definitely an option. Boss is gonna be another step up from what we've been seeing, but
knowledge is knowledge. Because if you see Darkness Crystal there, Dobby's the only one with the Luca key. I mean, you just gotta go, get some levels and come back, and you never know.
Yep. Could be there. Could be behind this gauntlet music. Could just be hanging out in the chest next to the Silphs.
Indeed, they could.
But it looks like Dabi is heading down the Silph cave, probably to turn in that pan.
Joker's making really quick work of this Full Gauntlet.
Yep, on the last fight already. Seems to be going quickly. Oh, guess it wasn't in the Silph's room. Dabi just took on those chests.
And
No traps there.
Kirito doing some serious damage with Sid with that rune axe on the Shura here.
Yep, that mage weakness definitely comes in handy. And from the gauntlet, we get the Baron key. We're going further down this hole.
I love it.
If I remember correctly, the first boss in Baron is Valvalis.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too bad if you throw your highest accuracy person in the middle and zerk them, but yeah. It's gonna be an interesting fight.
And he's headed into the weapon shop first. Doesn't seem to be... Oh, Tiara. That'll be nice for Rydia.
If I remember right, she already has one, unless he's has been sold earlier. Ooh, I got a ribbon too. I did not see the ribbon pickup.
And everybody seems to be converging on music, except for Choco, who's through the other side of it.
Kirito is currently in Dwarf Castle, fighting the Dark Elf and Golbez spot.
Oh. My mistake there. It just seemed like he was doing the pre-fight thing, so...
Oh yeah, no, totally.
I think the pig would be a nice indicator, though. Well, now that he's got it down to the dragon, should be a lot easier sailing since doesn't do that much damage in this spot, and
Yeah.
looks like he's being healed, so he's got Cursed Ring and some sort of elemental armor on.
I would assume some sort of, like, maybe ice armor.
Usually, usually if you're seeing something get absorbed, it'd be Dragoon armor. Though
If it is an ice attack,
Inven
it could be
says it's
ice
a
armor. Choco, easy work through there with Val. Finding a moon veil. Oh my goodness. That is a nice find.
and he's headed down into the Baron Treasury. I wonder if we're gonna see a Odin check.
Dragoon, so yeah. Multi. Not looking like a Odin spot check, just some stuff. Fire, actual. Deep breath is fire. Wow. Today I learned. Now I can go
Me
to bed,
too.
mate.
Looks like
Yeah,
Kirito has picked up a siren from somewhere. He's gonna crack some eggs.
It's really hot ice. Hey, look, Miss Dragon. Completely useless in this flag set, but Miss Dragon.
Oh, we don't know that yet. Something could be in the Baron trash can.
Oh, that's very true. I just meant like demist in general.
True. Since we did have the Sleeping Edward item, we're not going to get anything by visiting Rydia's mom.
Mecha is on their way back up the tower. Gonna go take on the Nope Noodle again. Potentially come out with a victory this time. And get that Luca key.
Indeed. Kirito, he's headed. Oh, it looks like he's going to take on the trap chest down in Silph Cave. He's setting his battle speed. He's getting his party prepped, and he's also got the pan, so he's probably going to do that while he's down there as well.
Choco made a nice quick work of demist, and Mecha's getting on the men from that double big wave.
Another Yang in Baron. We've got enough claws. It'll definitely be a help once he gets some levels on him. And Kirito does have those mute bells, so he's good to go for these ghosts.
They'll be making their way out of the Cave Magnus. Probably head back underground, and maybe we'll see this Luca key check. About to find out what Choco's gonna get from this Baron.
And Crystal Ring.
Not bad.
Well, he's going straight back in for the Odin spot. They're gonna... It's pretty fast, but he knows his way around these spots. Using that second Yang to anchor. so he'll be on pretty much even footing.
And if it's a multiple enemy boss, it's even better. That Leviathan will come in handy. Oh, it's going to be Mylon Z, since we already saw Mylon earlier.
Yep, he's putting that fire claw on, and he's just gonna go to town.
Kirito picked up a hook. That's an adamant armor right there.
Yes, and it's also 2 more key item checks
That's very
down in
true.
the Eblin Cave.
Mylon Z is going to be pretty easy, especially with that cat claw and fire claw. It's going to make really, really quick fight here.
That Leviathan isn't gonna hurt either. But down on Kirito's screen, we have the Malboros going off and frogging both his damage members.
Link picking up their Luca key, just finishing up that Ogo fight. Leave the tower, and we'll see where they go next.
Oh, Rat Tail at the Odin spot. That could be pretty valuable, but you'd need the hook from Silph Cave in order to get to it.
This is getting fancy.
Looks like Kirito's through that chest finally. Let's see what our second trap chest in Silph Cave is. It's money.
Pretty much. Just gonna use that healing pot, and see whether they go, whether they go Silph, Feymark, or Luca. Not too many options left on the table. Or Dwarf Castle, that one as well.
Well, from looking at this, 9 key items. If he can manage to get 1 more, he's got that double experience online.
Yeah, that's nice. Kirito finding another trap chest, centipede one. Really quick, nice easy fight.
Absolutely, probably the easiest chest down there. And now we've got Mecha Link heading down. He's got his pan. He looks like he's gonna take on some chests as well. I'll be getting his fire claw on. He's about to have his rat tail. And Mecha Link, I believe this is the chest with the hook in it.
Chokoshura about to take on Dark Elf, get through Dwarf Castle, Dobby making quick with my Lindsay.
Well, that's true, but there are 3 chests of ghosts down there. I didn't see which one he grabbed, so... And yeah, I'd like to... Did that, Oh, we got Dark Elf down over at Chokasura, and Kirito slowly making his way through those ghosts.
Definitely working a little bit faster at them than Mechalink is, but not doing too shabby at all.
The Leviathan summon? Leviathan summon was at Sheila 2, I believe.
Yeah, Sheila 2. Silph. Getting all the summons for Iridia today.
Absolutely. That's a pretty good one as well, since it's a little glitch. Dobby now on his way back underground. It's pretty interesting. The 2 that are doing the Silph Cave now are the 2 that don't have the Leviathan, because they're still holding on to their pans. They're going down the cave and gonna do it in the process of things.
And Dobby's gonna go take a peek behind that loot key. See if it's even worth grabbing. I think the only thing that would be worth grabbing is Earth or Darkness. That's the only things that we really need, possibly.
Yeah, I think those are the only progress items. He might be hoping for Baron or Luca, but... Oh, wait. Wrong screen.
Yeah, it's either going to be Earth or Darkness for progression, if it is anything. But yeah, it's nobody else has made the play, so if it pays off, it may be really big.
Well, that's this flag set in a flag set in a nutshell.
It's a tongue twister. I understand.
There's only one check. There's only one check that'll get you to the giant, and there's a lot of things to go through.
Indeed. I don't know. I always hope for nonsense to be in Luca, because nobody likes doing Luca, and it's always fun to make people have to do Luca.
Well, that's something.
That could be interesting. That's 2 more characters as well.
And Water Hag. All he's gonna do is punch, but... Got the Bacchus up. He's just gonna have at it, try and tear through that HP. Since
That shouldn't be too long.
looks like Choco is actually gonna do the Feymarch bosses.
Ooh. Kirito's knocking out these Silph Cave chests like it's nothing. Doing some super good work with them.
Nekalink's right with him. They're both on the same chest now.
No free bosses. Yeah, absolutely. Those bosses are gonna be pretty rough.
Yeah. I honestly think that those guards being at Leviathan, that's probably tougher than anything else we've seen so far in this seed. Because they've got his strength, they've got his speed, and there's two of them.
Could be done if you go turn in that paint. Adamant armor will be very, very handy for getting through some of these bosses.
But once again,
it needs to be done. That is.
The hook is down in Silph Cave.
Exactly. Now with that Earth Crystal, do you make the play up there, or do you just go to Silph? Seems like Dobby's kind of trying to avoid Silph doing all these, you know, onesies and twosies checks.
Well, I'm pretty biased. I tend to avoid the Earth Crystal if there's any other choice. But once again, the flag set, if there's only one place you need to be, and if it's up the Earth Crystal, that can be a huge advantage.
Absolutely.
And we're seeing a package in another one of the trap chests. I think that's all the trap chests, too. So a hook and the package.
Well, not a bust. It's got the hook. The hook is nice.
And Dobby is gonna take that run up the Tower of Zot. The bosses should go by pretty quickly, but it's one of the longest checks in the game.
I like it. Rat Tail is behind. What was it? I know Choco's got it. So does Dobby. Behind Baron. Odin's spot. Yeah, thank you. Big part. Oh, yeah, okay. Got it. Well, there's a rune axe and there's a Sid. As long as you can keep Sid up, you can turn in that adamant armor, get Sid, you're set.
Yep. He's also pretty easy to get a back row glitch going on as well, so...
Absolutely. And having the hook and the pink tail, that's I'd be beelining right for that admin armor.
But it looks like Kirito is headed up to... see Mom Bomb in the first spot at Tower of Zot. That'll be a little bit of a delay.
Mecha's say Mecha's in a little bit of trouble currently.
Oh, yikes. He was pretty far into that cave, too, and he just lost everything. So by everything, that's pretty much just the hook. Should hope he didn't run out of mercury.
Dobby already threw the Maga Sister spot to make quick, easy work. Another Porum.
Oh, I don't think he grabbed the first one, so this will be his first white mage.
Well, yeah, I just meant like there's a second Porum in general. The dual white mage is pretty rockin', but his Rydia is already pretty stacked with the Shura and Silph.
And another Sid. Let's see who he decides to keep. Oh, he's getting rid of a Yang. Now we see Chokosura having grabbed that that hook, and immediately left the Silph cave.
Go get that adamant
going to-
armor and turn in the rat tail.
Yeah, we apologize for not having yet another encore of music, but the sound appears to be having a few technical difficulties over there.
It's like just Art of Saros from that rat tail. So this darkness crystal's eluding us. If it's behind this earth crystal, that's pretty big for Dobby.
And we're seeing Chokosura get our final checks in on the Eblin Cave and in Upper Babel. So I think that's the only place it could be.
Yeah, I'm running out of checks really fast.
Even at this late stage, still something nice to find in the shops. He picks up those silk webs. That'll definitely help for the giant bosses.
Oh, absolutely. And Luca leads to Earth, leads to darkness. Luca pays off, like always.
Well, I'd not be finishing well then.
Where was Luca? Where was Luca? Luca was at the top of the tower. Behind Oh No, No, No.
Becca now finishing up that.
Definitely a very unkind seed.
And from Crystal and the spoon will either have to be in one of these two checks Chokosura is doing or somewhere on the moon.
Indeed. Still a lot of places on the moon for the remaining. Well, there's the crystal. Hey. And that is the only thing that we haven't found is the spring.
Dobby wasting no time. Not gonna get delayed by last arm chest. Just headed straight in.
Yeah, I don't blame Dobby at all. An hour and a half into a V2 seed is usually not something you want to run into. V2s are usually pretty quick.
Yeah. Especially since we haven't seen a finisher yet. He's got to be sweating.
Alright, let's find out who's in the element spot. CPU, so pretty free. Gonna be a long fight. We got a white mage. It's a pretty good fight right here.
Yeah, this shouldn't be bad at all. It's just gonna have a ton of HP. Looks like it's got just short of the max amount possible. But those orbs are gonna be pretty tanky as well, since with this spot we're dividing 100,000 HP among all the parts.
Indeed. Mecha turning the pan and getting the Baigan. We've so Mecha still has Luca to go turn in, Baron to go do, or at least the Odin spot. I don't remember if Mecha's done Baron or not.
I don't believe he's been to Baron. You see Kirito now checking Baron as well. And Chokosura looks to be done with that 4 Mad Ogres fight. Both Choco and Kirito both passed up on Ogo, unfortunately. Dobby had the Luca key super early, but did not decide to take the dive on that, which is understandable, especially knowing the low levels and that spot not having free bosses. Let's just hope Choco and Kirito can make that climb up the tower to go get the Luca keys and don't chase too many rabbit holes. Well, it looks like Choco's headed back down into the Silph cave. That's gonna be a... But luckily he has that adamant armor, so he should come through there pretty quick.
Yeah. Mecha gonna go check those 2 chests in Cave Eblana. Finding another cat claw would be awesome if got another Yang.
Yep. Just needs to free some space for these items, though. We've all been there. And it doesn't look like Dobby ever back row glitched his SIDS, so they're not dealing a full complement of damage to the CPU, so this is going to take even longer for him.
Yeah, it's gonna be some slow plunking away with that 65,000 HP.
So while we're here, might as well give a shout out to our Restreamer, Silver Fire, and Tower Sheep, who's handling tracking today. Without them, we would be lost, and you wouldn't be able to be seen that way.
Indeed. Yeah, huge shout outs to everyone behind the scenes who makes all these races, who make all of these races happen.
And it looks like Dobby has reset out of the fight, and he appears to be looking to do some grinding. Maybe a little... Well, no, he can't do D-Machine. We don't have any of the parties that can make it happen.
Yeah, this is fortunate. You could probably do Horseman, but it's not having adamant armor is pretty rough. That you get those plus 15 to stats is gonna be super advantageous.
Well, that's true in Venerable, but he'd have to go halfway back up the Giant in order to do that. And I don't know if we have a good step counter for that Searcher. Now it looks like Dobby's just through an hourglass. He's just beating up whatever's coming. Not even bothering with Horseman or D-Machine.
I think the big thing Dobby is going for here is probably some levels on the forum to get some more MP to keep those HP totals up.
Sounds... Though... When we've got the... Oh, he's... Yep, there's... We've also got Asura to supplement that. That's also a nice possibility, Demarine. Just keep firing Leviathan and just toss life potions. See if you can bust through that way.
Dobby's making some pretty quick work with the grinding. Already almost got the forum to over 1,000. That's a considerable amount, and I think the damage numbers are going up significantly as well.
Yes, especially Yang. I don't know if Dobby got the Elemental Claws, but he's just chomping away at that D-Machine.
And the first punch animation does look like a Thunderclaw. Maybe just trying to get Cure 4 on Forum and then gonna take another stab at it. While Mechalink takes on the Format Ogre chest, making very, very quick work with Yang Berserk with that Charm Claw and Cat Claw paired up. Fancy damage.
Yep, on that Rune Axe as well. It's just barreling through that. His other Rydia is going to get a nice slingshot effect there.
Oh, absolutely.
And now he finds the rest of his crystal set down in the deeps. And it looks like Kirito may be headed to do the Fame Arch bosses and the Warrior's chest.
It's that's what it seems. Ooh, running pretty low on those Cure 3s. Might need to go stock up again on those pretty soon. Dobby's running low on Bacchus wines as well. Only 4 left after this fight. Forum does no Berserk, but having those Bacchus wines is always really nice.
Yeah. Frees up your White Mage to do the healing or throw around walls or whatever else you need in the fight.
Indeed. Dobby seems to be done. Throwing a save down and gonna go take another stab at it. While Choka continues to work on actually Choka just finished up Silph, so I think we're gonna see the dive back up the tower to go get that looping.
I don't see... Oh, he wants to take on the Fame Arch bosses as well. This... Mecha Link headed to Baron instead of down Luca. Rabbit holes upon rabbit holes today.
Oh, absolutely. This is Rabbit Hole the Seed. The Leviathan coming in handy, doing some serious damage numbers there. Oh my goodness. I think as long as they keep that attacker alive, they can do some work.
Yep. Still gonna be a slow-going fight, but seems like he's settled on a nice strategy to get through.
Throwing down that safety save. We'll take on, I would assume, the Baron guards first, but never know. Go take a stab at those Magus Sisters. Having adamant armor, not too big of a worry. But yeah, I don't know if Kirito ever went to go pick up their adamant armor.
I believe he's been over there.
Okay.
I saw him pick up the Artemis arrows, so he probably picked up Adamant at the same time. And that Leviathan just destroying those Magus Sisters.
Yeah. Very, very quick work of that fight. My goodness.
Only a Dragoon shield. So our only hope for the spoon now is if it's at these Baron guards.
Indeed. Dobby's still doing some pretty solid work on that CPU, slowly chipping away at the health. Mecha makes it through and be rewarded with the another Yang and the rat. Oh, not the rat. What was the behind Baron? Not those. Runex making really quick work of these guards, but getting the unfortunate combo of the size and hey, all right. Seems like everything was on the earth. Fancy that.
Yep. Now all we need is an Edward, and wait a second. Yes, indeed, sheep. Rescue is on. But the Edward was up Mount Hobbs. I don't know if he picked him up in the first place.
The only one that did was Mecha Link. He's the only one who got Eddie.
Well, the good thing about having Eddie with the spoon, if anybody ever puts the two together, is his initial weapon starts with back row on, so
Indeed.
you're getting the full experience.
Mecha Link making this known Luca dive. Gonna be rewarded with the Earth Crystal, and will soon be rewarded with the Darkness Crystal. Chokashura gonna be climbing that tower again. Gonna go find that Luca key and be very disappointed. While Dobby is still working on the CPU fight. An exuberant amount of HP in this spot, unfortunately. Only doing 680. Yang's doing a fair amount more than Sid, but eventually.
It's gonna go down sooner or later. And it looks like Choco's gonna end up with that 17 of 17.
And Kirito making the only remaining play as well. Gonna go get their Ogopogo Loop key. Go get the Earth Crystal, and they will soon be joining Dobby and trying to kill the CPU.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. That is CPU at the element position.
And, some good rolls here on Ashura on Dobby's side.
Shame the rolls on the SIDS can't be as good.
Yeah, that's true. I can make it really quick for this water bag. Just absolutely destroying it. Yeah, both Kirito and Choco completely abandoned the Ogo spot once they wiped, while Dobby decided to stick it out and was rewarded. Basically anything at elements is worse than anything at CPU. Basically.
Yeah, there are a couple exceptions, but mainly that's stuff like Wyvern that will just kill you.
Yeah. Choco getting that Luca key, gonna go make their way through the sealed cave, while Mechalink is leaving the sealed cave and gonna go get their, gonna go turn in their Earth Crystal. Maybe, because they still have other checks they gotta do.
And looks like Mecha is immediately heading upstairs. Yep, he's headed to the Tower of Zot. He's gonna be in go mode soon enough.
So it looks like both Kirito and Choco are gonna go a 17 out of 17. Unfortunately, leaving Ogopogo did bite them in the behind. But I mean, sometimes that's just the way the game works.
Yep, especially on a flag set like this one, where you're looking for one thing, and if it's at the end of a chain, you kind of want to go through all the checks first before you commit.
I could have swore I saw the crystal lit up on Kirito's side. I'm blind sometimes.
Well, we did see Pain Man, and he was in a pretty rude spot as well, but Elements versus Hobbs, I'd rather have the one at Hobbs. And finally, the CPU goes down.
Finally plinked away enough HP.
Still gonna be a little bit on the attack node, but since they've got the people in the front row, that goes down pretty quickly. Yeah, definitely go back and save.
Choco getting that Earth Crystal, gonna go fight the Water Hag, and then make their way up to where Mecha is at currently. And before Wyvern, that would be pretty good. And before, I want to see Mom Bomb. I think we've already seen Mom Bomb though. I don't remember.
We could still have a number of pretty nasty things. Heck, even the Dark Imps here would be troublesome. CPU spot is strong.
I think that Mom Bomb was the Maga Sister spot.
Oh, speaking of...
Nice. And Davi does not have that adamant armor. But there are cursed rings and battle speed 6, so...
Well, the good news is... It doesn't have that much HP, but it is going to kill something. And he gets the Star Veil off. That'll pretty much cut the fight length in half. But he's still got to watch out for those regular nukes. Now it looks like he's got his ducks in order. We will be seeing a finish pretty soon. And he's triggering the Mega Nuke to... And that's it. Dabi has finished a time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 46 seconds. GG to him. As we have Mecha Link just now getting into the giant.
Choco making their way up. Towerzot gonna go get their darkness really soon. And Kirito about to make their way to Zot.
Yep. Everybody's finally headed in the right direction. But they've got two big walls awaiting them. And it appears that
Good.
we're also joined by Dabi. GG.
Hey, thank you.
So, and it appears that definitely a rude seed. What did you think of all the twists and turns?
It's always sealed. Technically. I mean, it led to Earth, but it was always sealed from the beginning.
So, you were the only one to do Ogopogo. Well, you were the first one to clear Ogopogo, but two others on stream noped out once they took a wipe there. If you had wiped to Ogo, would you have dumped out as well, or would you have tried to continue on?
No, I am stubborn. I will finish that tower so I never have to come back again.
And it ended up paying off for you.
Yeah, it was a very great seed roll by Silph. It was wonderful. 10 out of 10.
When you did that When you noped out of the CPU fight that one time and went to grind, were you thinking anything in particular, or just I just need more power?
I just needed more attack power for Sids and my Yang, basically. And Demon Machine was out of the question, basically. So whatever I could get is basically what I took. So, and Cure 3 helped with Porum and Ashra failing 10 out of 10. That's great. That's great. My only real concern was Porum running out of MP.
Yeah, luckily Rydia was there to back her up.
She did her part. She did do her part. So who invited Wyvern to the party?
That would be your awesome restreamer.
Thanks, Silph. Thank you. At least I have to make Wyvern kill herself.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty swag ending there. When you found darkness, what were you thinking? Like, were you thinking, hey, I need to should I try and grind some at all, or should I just go right for it and try and see what I can do?
With V2, it's always better to go to the giant, see who the boss is, and then measure it that way. What's dangerous? Can you handle it? What do I need to handle it? And if you absolutely need to, you can grind at the giant. It's basically like grinding on the moon.
Yeah, and with the Sid and Yang in this seed, it's probably a fair bit easier than the moon, because you have those hammers, you have the thunder claws.
Yeah, it was a high priority for me to find Ice Claw and the Thunder Claw because you always need them.
Well, not so much, Magus. We saw a couple sirens throughout the seed, but they weren't available in stores, so could get a little bit of a boost, but not too much.
Your best second option, well, one would be a door grind, and the second would be a clapper grind, but that's a little pushing.
Yeah, it's been mentioned in the chat a couple times that in the earlier floors of the giant, you've also got the searcher with the Mac giants.
Yeah, that's very true as well. Very true. Well, I'll let you all get back to commentary. Thank you all for
GG again.
commentating, and thank you for restreaming and tracking, and thank you all for watching. It was fun.
And thank you for running. GG.
And GG to everybody.
It's like Mega League went with Berserk strats against CPU here, and has gotten very unfortunate with their targets. And the Berserkers immediately focused right on that attacker and just couldn't keep up with keeping the attacker's HP up.
True. But the Globe 199 doesn't appear to be doing too much damage. A couple thousand. The main attackers can survive through that, and it's certainly a sight better than look at the damage we're putting out. We got 3,000 from Rydia, 3,000 from Yang.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Riskier, but if it pays off, it'll be over faster.
And you even get more experience if the attacker and defender get brought back.
Absolutely. Also making nice use of that Silph summon to get around the wall that CPU's been throwing up.
Seems to be a pretty common strat here. Leviathan, Silph. Just attack away. Just gotta get rid of that mass amount of HP.
Yep. And with that cursed ring, you're getting a lot of turns in. At the Golbez spot, Duke Firebird, I believe that was Dark Elf.
It was indeed Dark Elf. And Mecha Link is through CPU. Very good job. And we'll see Wyvern next.
Well, Wyvern is next at the CPU location in the Giant. I must have got a little bit confused when you mentioned Golbez. And now all of our featured runners are in the Giant, and Mecha Link is about to get a nice surprise. And down he goes as well. And while he was exploding, we have had a second place finisher. Zilch has finished 2 hours, 3 minutes and 16 seconds. GG to him. And Mecha going in the second time, getting those star veils up. He looks to be in decent shape.
We get one off, so not out of the woods quite yet, but should be pretty clear once you get somebody up.
Yeah, and luckily with the anchoring in play, getting a few turns before the Wyvern starts tossing out nuke. It's pretty tame for a nuke, honestly.
Yeah, it's relatively low. Choco still chipping away at that CPU's HP. Done a fair amount of damage so far, but yeah, it's just a lot of HP to chunk away at.
Well, not so much at the CPU. Well, oh, Chokosura's through the CPU, it looks like. He's got the big guy out of the way. Oh, Rydia dodging that Mega Nuke. That's a good sign. And looks like Mecha Link is through as well. GG to... He finished at 2 hours, 5 minutes, 33 seconds. Third place for him.
Mecha had Eddie at the beginning, and Mecha was the only one who got Eddie. Speaking of Mecha Link, we are joined, GG Mecha.
Am I audible? Great.
Yeah, you should be.
All right.
I hope so.
All right. GG's.
Speaking of Mecha,
That was fun.
Go ahead.
That was nice and rude all throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, but that's when I saw it, the flags were ours. I felt like this was a seed type I would enjoy. And I did. Yeah, no, that was. Silverfire's typing a lot. But yeah, no, that was. I played loose and obviously didn't win because of it, but I liked some of the things I did. I thought were very good, and some of them were incredibly loose.
Well, on this flag set, you have to take those risks. That darkness could be in any one of.
Well, it was less risks and more just things that were loose, right? Like not being sufficiently healed and wiping in Silph Cave. Right, like I liked my dip of tower because those chests are really easy to get to. Right. Yeah, I mean, there were some, like I said, there's some things I really liked, and then by the time that I was deciding near the end, it was obvious that it wouldn't be in Dwarf Castle because nobody was done yet. It was obvious it wouldn't be, right? Like, so things started to become, okay, well, this place has been open since, forever ago. If it were here, somebody would be done by now. So that kind of guided me down the Luca key path near the end, and I was like, if Luca leads to Earth, right, I'm doing Earth, and that's what it was. I avoided Baron because when I got Baron out of Twin Harp, despite that being kind of you went down this path, you should follow it at the end, because Baron's such a long check with such low value, compared to, I felt like, at that point, having done Twin Harp, gotten Porum and such, that I would be able to handle the Silph Cave fights. And I was by and large right that I could handle the Silph Cave fights. I just screwed up the fourth one. Recovered quickly from that, but that was annoying. Yeah, no, I really like. I like treasure chest flags at.
And there is one thing you were the only runner to actually pick up Edward, so.
At that point, right, like, it was actually kind of getting hard to claw into the seed, so Edward being another body, I thought would be enough help, especially since I'd seen that I had access to bow and arrow, so at least he could function. Yeah, because I was having a little trouble clawing into the seed until I decided to go and coffin up things in Eblon Castle.
Yeah, that opening, that was a pretty rough opening, and it stayed that way till the end.
Yeah, the opening was kind of soft. Like, when I summed this up, I said, oh, this is reject percent with a Yang star, right? And that's kind of, without the Hobbs flag, especially, where, like, Rydia was just really weak in the beginning. We didn't get any gear for her. Like, we got Tiara, we got 1 sorcerer robe. We got no rods. Like, yeah, she was pretty underpowered.
But the summons came in pretty quickly. You had Asura, Leviathan.
Wait. Summons aren't supposed to have key items. How did Baron have Rat Tail? Right? Or were summons supposed to have key items?
KQT should be quests, so that would be summons, yeah.
Okay. That's right. It was moon bosses that didn't have items. Okay. Right. Okay. So,
what was your favorite part about that seed?
I think my favorite part about that seed, I'm looking at my key item history. Yeah, I think my favorite part about that was finding. I think it was finding Crystal on the way through Eblin Cave, and then finding Crystal's sword in the chest on top. That was fun. In terms of my play, I really did like how I did underground. How I jumped on the tower immediately for the fastest checks possible. Only because I didn't think I could use Silph Cave yet. Because in this flag set, you definitely just want to jam checks as fast as possible.
Absolutely. It did take a while before you were able to get down to Silph, and for that matter, the Eblin Castle as well. But that's just the characters.
Yeah. Chokasura seems to have joined us.
Hello.
Yeah. GG.
Oh, thank you.
So, Choco, 17 of 17.
Oof.
I know, right? What was that seed though? That early game was. I don't even know what that early game was. I just couldn't get anything going.
Rydia without the Hobbs flag.
I realized
sketch.
that. I realized that as soon as I saw the little flame animation, I'm like, Hobbs isn't on, isn't it? I said, oops. But it took me a while to get through that Baigan, only to find one of the weapons that I kind of don't like, that poison axe. But it actually did some work for me for a little bit, so I can't complain too much about that.
Yeah, and with the cat claw in the same room, it was a pretty nice step up to start getting you on the...
Yeah, definitely. I'll say it's worth. So, like I said, can't complain too much about that. As far as my routing went, when I checked the tower, the top of the tower, and saw Ogopogo and immediately noped out, my thought process was I didn't have enough staying power for that fight. So I wanted to find Porum. Well, I knew what Porum was. I just couldn't find Sand Ruby until late. Once I found her, my game just came together for the most part, anyway.
Yes.
It's just too bad I did everything else before going back there, unfortunately.
Well, Mecha also picked up the Sand Ruby as well.
Yeah. I went after Sand Ruby. I did my 3 chest checks, dipped in to check Sheila 1, and then I got Sand Ruby, right, like kind of as the last set of checks before I went back above world. And so that made my first going back above ground Twin Harp, Sand Ruby, Sheila 1. Not in that order. So yeah, I was definitely happy to, and I did check Porum Synergy before, and so I knew it was Porum, so I was really glad to pick that up.
I actually, when I got that Sand Ruby, I actually messed up a bit and I had to reset, so I had to get it again.
Mm.
I can't remember what I reset to. Yeah, I honestly can't remember why I reset after getting that. But
Yeah, having that white mage definitely drove a lot of the underground exploration.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, my fight with Wyvern could have been a lot better if I had I had read the flag set. I was thinking it was Witchburn for some reason. I don't know why. That's why I threw the Bacchus ones up the first time, and then I saw Mega Duke, and I'm like, oh, okay. Witchburn's not on.
Yeah, I wasn't
So,
actually fast enough to get Yang. Yang wasn't able to get up a Silph, a Star Veil for my first run at Wyvern, so I had to go back in with low battle speed, and then I won.
yeah, I turned my battle speed down to 3. And my second attempt, I wiped before I could even get a Starville off. But then I turned my battle speed down and put Vidia in slot 1. She was the one that had my adamant armor.
Adamant was on Yang. Yeah. I thought about Rydia, but I slammed to battle speed 6. I was just like, I'm just going to beat it this time, right? Like,
right. I feel you there. But this was a pretty interesting seed, though. 2 hours for a giant percentages.
Yeah.
At least for me, anyway.
No, that's definitely kind of above average, I think, for a giant seed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
considering the flag set.
even if you take the trap chests into account, there was just so many things between you and the giant, and then CPU at elements, just slow fight.
Such a giant bag of HP. Oh man, having 2 Rydias there was nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I only had 1, but I just I just Silphed it to death and just I just spanned power and attack with Sid. So.
Yeah, I double Silphed until about halfway through, and then I just kind of all outed.
And that reminded me of that one seed where I think it was a weekly race where the CPU was in that spot and we had nothing but Porbs and Eddies.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It took like 20 minutes to kill that thing.
Yeah, that was a good time. And everybody else went and bothered and like just took the 20 minutes, and I like noped out in the hopes of being able to speed it up, and so I lost the race because. Yeah, no, I remember that.
I think I had nothing but white arrows and staves, and that was just cool.
It was a real beating. Like I said, like I noped out because I assumed that I could just do better, and you both, right? Like the other 2 of you, having been more experienced with the flag set, just fought through it.
Yeah, I figured I might as well. I spent some time going going above ground finding arrows, but I didn't. I forgot where the samurai arrows were, so I just said, forget it. I'm just gonna go ahead before I waste too much time. Right.
So, anything else to say about this evil seed?
No, like I said, I enjoy flag sets like this. I enjoy treasure chest flag sets. It was interesting. We usually do free bosses. It was interesting to do not free bosses and have how that kind of played with us a bit at the beginning. Just a lot of interesting nooks and crannies in this scene. That's why I said like some of the things I did I really liked, and some of the things I did I really didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this seed was pretty interesting. Like I said, I know I made some big mistakes, but overall I'm pretty proud of my performance. But I know I could have done better, but it is what it is.
Yeah, everybody who come through the end of that, whatever place you're in, you're a winner in my books.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Anyway, GG you two. Thanks for running.
Thank you, GG.
Yeah, GG's.
Many GGs to you too.
And
Thank you.
our final restreamed runner, Kirito, will not be coming in for an interview. But GG to him as well. Give all of our runners a follow. They all put on a great showing on a seed that just did not want to quit.
Yeah, definitely. It was quite the seed. Yeah, definitely give the runners a follow. Give Restreamer Silverfire a follow. Our tracker Tower Sheep a follow, and then my lovely co-commentator is it Miare? I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes, that is correct.
Definitely go give Miare a follow as well.